Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is News 3 Now special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
So tonight, with faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for President of the United States. Thank you.
We are exactly 109 days out from the November election now. Former President Donald Trump looking to take back the White House as he officially accepts the Republican Party nomination for president. This is the fourth and final night of the Republican National Convention, and we are live here in Milwaukee. I'm Eric Franke alongside Charlotte DeLeste tonight, and the highlight tonight, of course, was that acceptance speech by former President Donald Trump.
More about that momentarily, but first we have multiple reporting teams out here at the RNC. Susan Simon, Brady Mallory, Will Keneally, and Braden Ross are all with us tonight. Susan and Brady and Will were inside to hear Trump's speech, and Braden has reaction from the Democrats tonight. But first we're going to go to Susan and Brady at suite level at Fiserv Forum, who heard Trump's message tonight. Susan and Brady?
Well, I don't know if you can hear us. It is pretty loud. Former President Trump just wrapped up his speech accepting his party's formal nomination.
He spoke for about 90 minutes, but as you can see, the party is still going. The Trump family is still on the stage. The balloons are still flying. They're kind of savoring the moment. Just 5 days after surviving an assassination attempt, Donald Trump walked on the stage to Lee Greenwood's, proud to be an American, and delivered what he called a message of confidence, strength, and hope. It was a little bit of a tale of two speeches. He did call for unity, said he wanted to be the president for all of the country, not half of it. And then a little later, he kind of went off script, ad-libbed a little bit more, and it was more of the more familiar style and rhetoric we're used to hearing.
Yeah, it became more of a Trump rally. But before we talk about that, let's listen in to what he had to say at the start of his speech, in which he did call for unity.
Together we will launch a new era of safety, prosperity, and freedom for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. The discord and division in our society must be healed. We must heal it quickly. As Americans, we are bound together by a single fate and a shared destiny. We rise together or we fall apart.
And like Susan said, he did go off script several times, and there were some parts that were rambling. He did go back on message, but of course he circled back to some of the more familiar Trump speaking points that we've heard, doubling down on false claims of the 2020 election, some more name-calling with his political folks.
He did talk about what happened last Saturday in Pennsylvania. The room was very quiet. He was very reserved, muted. His voice was almost gentle, I would almost say. He said that this is the only time he's going to talk about it because it's too painful. He talked about the man who was killed at that rally. When he was at the podium, the uniform of the firefighter who was killed, Corey Poprator, was off the side of the stage. Let's listen to what he said about that.
I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack. Tragically, the shooter claimed the life of one of our fellow Americans, Corey Comparator. Unbelievable person, everybody tells me.
And once again, him recounting that was a very captivating story. The audience really responded to that. But once again, he did veer back into the Trump that several of us have seen before, spreading the false claims about his own accomplishments. There are several fact checkers online going through his speech right now.
Let's go to our Will Keneally, who is on the floor with more reaction from tonight's speech. If you can hear me, Will.
So we're right in the middle of the action here amid the Wisconsin delegation.
and we're here with RNC delegate and Fond du Lac DA Eric Toney. Thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
So we're talking a little bit about this is your first convention, and it's kind of a history-making one where we just saw the assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump. He's touched a lot of that early in the speech. How impactful do you think that will be for Wisconsin voters?
Well, I think what we saw here in the convention hall was pretty emotional as President Trump paid respects to Corey, the firefighter that bravely lost his life protecting his family as he approached the gear that the family sent. And that was just a very powerful moment here in the convention hall.
We also heard a little bit of an economic message. Trump talking about the shipbuilding contracts, especially up in northeastern Wisconsin. Is that something that will resonate with Wisconsin voters as well?
I think what we saw tonight from President Trump's speech and throughout the convention was how the American dream was alive and well during the Trump administration, and how that has fallen to the wayside under the current administration, and the selection of J.D. Vance with his background to help restore and bring back the American dream by electing Republicans up and down the ballot.
It's hard not to put this against, the Republican side versus the Democratic side as we're staring down the DNC in a couple weeks here. What do you think? Do you think that Trump illustrated the differences? What do you think Wisconsin voters will take away from those differences?
We have seen inflation, high interest rates, that families have been crushed by those things. It makes it almost impossible for some to be able to afford a home. That didn't happen when we had Republicans in control of the White House, and that's why we need to make that change to show that economic strength as well as strength abroad.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for joining us. And I'll tell you guys here in just a few minutes, former Governor Tommy Thompson will gavel this convention closed right here from the Wisconsin delegation. So a lot to look forward to still yet tonight, but for now, we'll toss it back to you guys. Down there where Will was at, and I would say this was the culmination of a week-long event. His entire party is behind him, as we are seeing right down there in this room.
Former president thanked Wisconsin, thanked Milwaukee for a great convention. He is now the Republican nominee for president. The Republican ticket is set, and now it's on to the election 4 months from now.
And we will see how the Democrats respond as we gear up for the Democratic National Convention next month. But let's toss it back to Eric and Charlotte.
All right, great job, Brady, Susan, Will, all week. Thank you for your coverage. Also, Brandon Scholes has been a great asset to us all week. Great to have you back, our political strategist and analyst. What do you think of the speech?
I think we saw a side of Donald Trump that you maybe have never seen before, and that was a very human side. The first third of that speech was he started talking about healing the nation. Then he got into, the story of the assassination, which is not something nobody's accustomed to hearing. It was, and in a sense, it was very powerful. Trump was almost subdued in telling this story. But then he talked about, God is on his side and he wouldn't be here. And it really was a different side of Trump. And I thought that really brought the human element. The other piece of it in the beginning was the fire chief that a number of people have mentioned. It's an incredibly powerful optic, and Trump is good at this. But that brought home the whole weekend, his story of the assassination and what happened. That was a side of Donald Trump I don't think people have ever seen before. You may not ever see it again. After that, he kind of went into the rest of his speech and what you hear at the rallies and everything, and his, off script and talking about people. But this was a Donald Trump we haven't seen before, and I think this launches the campaign.
Was the speech as reported?
The first part of unity, and it's clear that Trump rewrote the first part of that speech. The rest of it, I think, was, the common stuff. But it was people were expecting something different. I think they got that at the front part of the speech.
And you liked a little bit of the Wisconsin flavor thrown in there.
Well, there was lots of Wisconsin flavor, whether it was he's going to make Wisconsin great again, and, all these sort of the shipbuilding things that people have mentioned. So he brought Wisconsin home, that's important here for everybody. I think he goes out of here with just a big bump on his step. And the delegates are going to leave here just in great. They're just going to be so enthusiastic. They're ready to go.
Brandon, thanks so much for what you brought to our coverage this week. We appreciated it. Thank you so much. Well, there are plenty of important figures out there tonight from the wrestling world as well. Ultimate Fighting Championship community. They appeared tonight as speakers ahead of Donald Trump's speech. Hulk Hogan was among them. The RNC officially identifying him as a, quote, professional entertainer and wrestler. Most of us already knew that, I guess. But the convention lineup ahead of that appearance, well, Hogan certainly brought the wrestling theatrics.
Let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again. And as an entertainer, I tried to stay out of politics. But after everything that's happened to our country over the past 4 years and everything that happened last weekend, I can no longer stay silent.
And Dana White, the CEO of UFC, also spoke in support of the former president. They are very close friends, and we've been covering the events here inside the RNC all week, and that strong support for Donald Trump has really been evident all week long.
And well, what are voters feeling outside of this perimeter? Our Maddie Himes set out to find out.
The convention being here in Wisconsin could bring extra votes from the swing state to the Republican Party. But are Milwaukeeans feeling that political pull? Having a presence in swing states is a priority for candidates leading up to the election. Trump has already been to the Badger State 3 times this year and Biden 5. But while many locals say they're excited to have the nation's eyes on their city, there's a general consensus that the convention is affecting their daily commute more than their political affiliation.
I love that the RNC is here this year. I'm super excited about it, but I probably did have my mind made up before.
I have no idea who I'm voting for, but yeah, I don't think it influences me at all.
Doesn't really mean anything in terms of voting, really.
I don't necessarily think it's impacting my vote.
No, it doesn't affect my vote at all.
In the weeks directly following the 2016 RNC in Cleveland, Hillary Clinton actually took a slight lead over Donald Trump in polling of Ohio voters. So while support for Trump has certainly grown by the hour here inside the convention, beyond that soft perimeter is a bit of a different story. Reporting in Milwaukee, Maddie Himes, News 3 Now.
It has been a very busy 4 days here in Milwaukee, and we still have plenty of coverage coming your way tonight from the RNC.
Coming up in several minutes, hear from John Nichols, a Democratic strategist, for his reaction to Trump's speech tonight as Republicans look to flip Wisconsin red in November. But for now, Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is standing by with a look at your first one forecast.
Charlotte, Eric, it's pretty loud there in Milwaukee, and here on the patio, well, not loud at all. It's peaceful, quiet. With all that storminess that we had earlier in the week, we've been treated across southern Wisconsin to a beautiful evening. Look at these temperatures out there right now. 61 in Madison, 59 in Lone Rock, 58 to the north in the Dells and up towards Camp Douglas, and 61 down in Janesville. Across Dane County, upper 50s, lower 60s. Have folks on my social media saying, Alex, I got the windows open, the AC's off, and it's a beautiful night to have the windows open. Again, calm winds, humidity out there, very, very low across southern Wisconsin. Planning your day tomorrow. We'll start off at 55. Coming up in Maine weather, I'll let you know when the dry weather ends and when the rain chances begin. Charlotte, Eric.
More coverage from Milwaukee tonight as the RNC comes to a close.
That's right. And coming up, one of Wisconsin's delegates this year was a so-called fake elector in the 2020 plot to decertify President Biden's win in the state of Wisconsin. So we tried asking her about that. We'll show you what she had to say next.
Welcome to the Health Spa. We always knew that we wanted to grow, and we couldn't find the right location. When this spot appeared, like, gosh, if we can get this location secured.
We both approached Olivia at Tobacco Credit Union, and she walked us through the paperwork and the process in order to get this project started.
The best thing about working with Tobacco was they also showed us other available opportunities that could help us actually reduce our loan rate. So they are partners with us, and with the help of them, we've been able to create this beautiful space.
Introducing TPC Wisconsin, Madison's elite golf club with worldwide privileges, plus extraordinary amenities to keep you active year-round, to keep you fit, and well-equipped for the course, to keep you connected to what matters the most. Play where the pros play with an exclusive membership at TPC Wisconsin. Make it your club today.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Unforgettable memories. That's my MO. What's your MO?
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story.
Don't let nobody hold you down.
And like people think y'all look alike, you can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
Jennifer Hudson, weekdays at 3 on WISC-TV.
Welcome back to the RNC. Now to continuing coverage of the plot to overturn the state's 2020 election results, and a Wisconsin delegate at the RNC who was implicated in this scandal.
That's right. Pam Travis was one of 10 Republicans who settled a civil lawsuit by admitting that the Trump campaign told them to cast their electoral votes in Wisconsin for Donald Trump instead of Joe Biden. Now, electors in 4 other states have actually been criminally charged, and authorities here in Wisconsin are still investigating this. Another elector, Andrew Hitt, told 60 Minutes they were tricked by the Trump campaign, who told them the votes were needed in case the U.S. Supreme Court overturned a state ruling tossing out 200,000 votes in Milwaukee and Dane County. Well, this week, Travis is representing the state as a delegate here at the RNC, and we tried asking her about that scandal.
Hi, Pam. Chris Stanford with News 3 Now in Madison. Do you have a second to answer some questions as a delegate?
I actually have a meeting that I'm headed to.
I mean, I'd really like I missed you yesterday. I'd like 60 seconds of your time to ask you some questions about the elector settlement.
Not today. Thank you.
Not today? Why not? I mean, I think Wisconsin viewers deserve to know a few things, the questions that are left unanswered. You know, for example, Andrew Hitt says that you guys were tricked. I mean, what's your take on it? How do you see it?
We're looking forward to the RNC and everything that's happening today. So that's what I'm focused on today. Thank you.
How do you feel about the term fake elector?
Well, we tried then asking Wisconsin State GOP Chair Brian Schimming about this false elector investigation.
You said yesterday on CBS News that these people had no idea that they were doing anything wrong. So with federal prosecutors alleging that, you know, it was the Trump campaign that orchestrated this whole thing, somebody knew what they were doing. So if my question
that's not my issue right now.
Yeah,
frankly, it's not my issue right now.
These are Wisconsin. This is a scheme to overturn Wisconsin votes.
Okay, but that's not our issue right now.
Mr. Schimmel, these are Wisconsin votes we're talking about. Schimmel, this is Wisconsin votes we're talking about here.
So all I'm saying is, you know, those people who stepped up and stepped into those roles certainly didn't feel, and the folks who organized it certainly didn't feel that they were doing anything wrong, or they wouldn't have done it.
The state Democrats are reacting to this now, saying, quote, from J.D. Vance to Pam Travis, every level of today's GOP is fixated on parroting Donald Trump's lies about his 2020 loss and undermining free and fair elections here in Wisconsin and across the country. Democrats will never stop fighting to ensure every eligible voter is able to cast their vote and have it count, end quote. Last month, the state brought felony charges against 3 Trump associates in the so-called fake elector plot. Well, certainly a lot of reaction coming out of the RNC after 4 nights here in Milwaukee. We've heard a lot from Republicans all week. We also want to hear from the other side of the equation, the Democrats.
Braden Ross is on the concourse of Pfizer Forum, where she's joined by one progressive strategist who's been closely following this convention. Braden?
Hello there. I am here with John Nichols. He is a Progressive Voice, associate editor of the Cap Times. Tell me how you're doing tonight. You just watched that speech. What did you think?
It was a very long speech. And, I mean, it was a subdued speech. The former president usually is very energetic, or often is. In this one, it would seem to be a very reflective speech, especially at the start where he talked about the assassination attempt. I think that was powerful. But I do think that as it went on, I think there was some sense that it was going to be a pretty long speech, maybe a little longer than was necessary for some folks.
What do you think Democrats are going to be thinking watching this? Are they thinking Donald Trump's going to be hard to beat? Are they thinking that wasn't as wild as we thought it would be?
I think they're thinking it wasn't as wild as they thought it would be. I think they also, to some extent, they may be breathing a sigh of relief, because I think there was a sense that the former president might do a very inspired speech, a very poetic speech, one that really would kind of shift his image. I don't think this did that so much, because in many senses after that strong start, he went back to kind of a greatest hits, things you had heard before.
And of course, I have to ask you about Biden. We've heard a lot of reporting coming out today that it might be close to the end. This might be the writing on the wall. What do you think on that?
I think it is sounding like it's close to the end. There's an awful lot of talk about the prospect that the president might stand down as the Democratic nominee as early as this weekend, or perhaps sometime early next week. Bottom line is that Joe Biden is now under intense pressure to stand down, creating the likelihood that while former President Trump spoke a lot tonight about Joe Biden, he might, within a few days, be running against Kamala Harris.
John, thank you so much for joining us. I'll let you get back to filing.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We're going to send it back to Madison. Alex Harrington, give us what the weather is like.
Thanks, Braden. I got some good stuff to give in the weather department. We've got beautiful temperatures for the next couple days, staying dry. As I've been saying, farmers, this is the time to get that hay up. If you want to turn the AC off, open the windows, go for it, with temperatures starting off mid-50s, 55. That's below normal, but we'll have a nice day on Friday. Current temperatures out there right now, upper 50s, lower 60s. Can't be beat for this time of year. Low humidity out there, too, across southern Wisconsin. 55, 56 will be popular numbers to start off Friday morning with sunny conditions. Temperatures climbing up into the low to mid-70s by lunchtime, and then we'll round out the day in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees, a few passing clouds. Fast forward, Saturday's going to be another nice day, highs up near 80 degrees. Then on Sunday, some scattered showers and thunderstorms will break out across southern Wisconsin. Not everyone's going to get wet, but there will be that chance for showers and thunderstorms, and that will start a pattern going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of shower and thunderstorm activity. As we look towards Tuesday and Wednesday, First Warn Weather Team, we're thinking those 2 days will be likely the wettest out of all of those days next week as we carry into next week. And the humidity will start to turn back on with those temperatures warming up at night and by day. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables.
This is Tony.
Things that I've tried have failed.
And this is Tony's good feet story.
Before my arch supports, I felt defeated. But since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain, which still is kind of crazy to me. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone. You've tried everything that's not working, give it a try.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello permanent fat removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
After long-standing efforts from Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin, 3 of the 4 biggest pharmaceutical companies say they're going to start capping the prices of their inhalers.
They used to charge families like ours $600 a month for an inhaler, even though they cost less than $5 to make. So Tammy Baldwin fought the drug companies, and she won. Now Hadley's inhaler costs $35, and we're breathing easier.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message. I don't work for the drug companies. I work for you.
It's the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday. Buy one, get one free. Get BOGOs, BOGOs, and more BOGOs. Buy one, get one free, including on our award-winning Hy-Vee Chinese. Get BOGOs on more than 100 items store-wide. And when you buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. And buy one, get one free. Don't miss the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Throughout her career in Wisconsin, Dana Rettke rewrote the record books, and the former Badger added another page to it when she joined Lauren Carlini on the Olympic volleyball roster, a feat that she says couldn't have been accomplished without the help of her former coach, Kelly Sheffield. Dana Rettke has just about done it all on the volleyball court.
I have exceeded expectations for myself and what I've been able to do, and honestly, that fuels me every single day to just keep getting better and chase higher dreams, higher goals, more medals, more wins, you know.
But the 5-time first-team All-American didn't always think like that.
I had goals, right? But they were never like the lofty ones. They were never the big, like shiny ones. It was just like, okay, let's just take it day by day and see how good we can get.
That is until Kelly Sheffield came along.
Kelly was really the first one to like put the Olympics in my mind and to think that that was a possibility for me.
And her good became great.
He really instilled in me like expecting nothing less than greatness from myself. And that's just something that I've kind of fallen in love with achieving. I definitely don't think I could have done that or been where I am today without him.
And thanks to a lot of hard work.
When you think of Team USA, you think of like greatness. And so to be able to represent this country, to be able to play the sport that I love, that is truly my passion at this level, it means the world to me.
That possibility of making the Olympic roster and competing on the world stage.
I just was like immediately smiling. Just kind of had that like you did it feeling.
Has turned into a reality.
I'm just pretty eager to get there and to get this party started.
Across the pond we go for the first round of the Open Championship. Tiger Woods, in a word, struggled. On 5 for bogey and misses. He'd tap in for a double and finish 8 over. Daniel Brown was on the other end of the leaderboard on 11. Rolls in that long putt for birdie. He shot a bogey-free 65 and sits atop the leaderboard at 6 under. We're back after this.
Need furniture? Black Friday deals are on now at Ashley. Get store-wide savings and incredible doorbusters and closeouts while supplies last. Plus low monthly payments with special financing for 60 months. Only at Ashley.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum offers the fastest speeds in more neighborhoods than any other provider.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month. Call 1-833-376-4999.
With Spectrum Internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum Internet. You should too. Call now.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. Amazing offers and a great selection of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years. Ford F-Series, gas, hybrid, or all-electric. These are the deals you've been waiting for. So don't wait. Make it Ford. Make it yours. Make it now. Make it 0% APR financing. Make it a 0 down payment and make it no payments for up to 90 days on F-150. Only at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
In a Leisure Concept swim and place pool, you can also walk, jog, exercise, float around, play with the kids, anything you can do in a big pool, but this one has swim jets, temperature control, is super insulated, and you can use it year-round. These are made right in Iowa and take only a week or two to get. What a great, fun, low-impact way to stay healthy. Get to Leisure Concept's awesome showroom on Madison's Beltline at the Park Street exit and see one in person.
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Now playing at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
I am proud of you.
Choosing to celebrate the special moments. For those recovering from stroke, injury, or illness, choosing Encompass Health for inpatient rehabilitation may just be their most important choice.
Need a better night's sleep? Black Friday deals are here at Ashley. Get up to a $300 MasterCard rewards card with select mattress, foundation, or adjustable base purchases, and special financing for 60 months. Only at Ashley.
Need help with a consumer issue? Contact News 3 Now's Call for Action.
Well, what a week it was. All that's left, folks, is the cleanup now from the Republican National Convention. A big shout out to the staff that went into making this week possible. It was incredible from our management team, Leah and Kyle, and all our staff. Our Brandon Scholes was an awesome asset to us this week as well. Bubba, our photographer, only lost his keys like 3 times this week, but we'll find our way home. But thanks to everybody on our staff, our reporters, our producers, our morning crew, our ops staff. Everybody made this week possible, and it would not have been possible without my former co-anchor, Charlotte DeLeste, rejoining me on set. It was great. And guess what? We're going to do it again in a month at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. That is August 19th through the 22nd.
We will see you in the Windy City. And here's one last special thanks to everyone who helped make this week happen. We really appreciate you. We thank you for joining us here in Milwaukee. Do something good.